Be strong.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today we have a video on pursuing passive income. Let's go ahead. Guys, welcome to the video. Today we got a question from a viewer on our last video. We talked about how to get more sales on Redbubble completely for free. If you haven't seen that video, it's a good one. Go ahead and check it out. Today, guys, we had a comment from somebody with the name of Grind Gorilla. And Grind Gorilla says, "Hey, man, if you were to reply, I'd appreciate it. I was wondering what would make the most money, assuming I'm willing to put in the work. I'm into blogging and stuff, and I'm making money from it, and some experience. I'm also creating a niche site blog where I'll be ranking articles, promoting affiliate products, display ads, and the Redbubble merch. But I know that if you focus on one thing, it makes you more money. I'm looking into freelancing as that it generally is quicker money. What do you suggest?" So first of all, Grind Gorilla, amazing question. A lot of people who get into the world of making money online, including Redbubble, right? Because a lot of people on this YouTube channel have Redbubble accounts. They typically do other stuff, not just Redbubble, right? They might spend some time on merch. They might spend some time on KDP. They might spend some time freelancing, as you mentioned. They might be working on their own blog on the side. Maybe they're doing some research on how to work on something else, and that's the majority. I would say like about 60%. I would say the other 40% are just trying to figure out their way through Redbubble first, right? And your approach is good. You want to essentially double down. You want to focus on one thing so it makes you more money. And your question is, essentially, what do you focus on? Do you go to the freelancing because you're looking to make quicker money? Or are you looking to go for the blogging and the niche sites and things like that? So I want to be clear. We know the difference between the two. One is going to generate you passive income, and one is going to generate you active income, right? So freelancing is active income, right? You have to work in order to get the income. In fact, with freelancing, it's not like a job. It's actually, in my opinion, the lowest tier. Like, if you think about it, right? And I used to do this because I used to be an agency owner of a marketing agency. You have to spend time. You have to spend effort, work, prospecting, trying to find clients finding you, negotiating with clients, talking to clients, selling clients on game plans, business plans, marketing plan. Everything that you do, all that is for free in the beginning, right? If you had a normal job, you just go to the job and get paid. It's not like you would do any extra work outside of the job and not get paid, right? So freelancing for me is like the lowest tier, right? Then you have a regular job, then you have at the top starting your own business. Now, I want to be clear. Everybody can be successful creating their own business. I want to be clear on that. Everybody can do it. Now, do people do it? No, that's a different story, but everybody can do it. But you mentioned here, assuming that I'm willing to put in the work. So I don't doubt that you're willing to put in the work. As you said, you're already making money through a blog, and I personally know through experience that if you started to make money on a blog, no matter how much that money is, you're already on the road, right? You already have proof, physical proof, income proof, to prove that you already can do it, right? And you're mentioning the blog mixed with ads, mixed with Redbubble merch, mixed with all that. So that's tremendous, okay? Now, I could tell you easily what I would do, but I have to give you some context, right? And I'm assuming that all of you already know what I would do. I wouldn't go with freelancing. In fact, I would go with the passive income business. I have a few reasons why, okay? Let's just take out the fact that you can work when you want to. Okay, let's take out that time freedom associated with it. Let's talk about getting income over the long period of time. I know you're mentioning that you want quicker money, but maybe I can kind of change up your point of view here just for a second, because a lot of people assume that you can't make good money or fast money or good money with passive income. Let's just go ahead and break this down. We've seen, and I've done blogging before, and come on, like, I've done literally over maybe 5 months to 6 months of blogging videos. And by the way, those videos are still up. They get 20 to 40 views, and that's it. Like they have like permanently, like 20 to 40 views. Blogging isn't one of those things that are fancy. It's not fancy. It's not glamorous. Everybody wants to get in it because of the numbers, the money that's in it. But nobody really wants to get in it, if you know what I mean, right? Everybody wants the outside kind of aspects to blogging. Nobody wants to do, and when I say nobody, you guys know I'm exaggerating here. It's not nobody. It's a small percentage of people. But a small percentage of people really want to get into it. The fact that you're making money already, when it comes to that, means that you have success. Now, let's break this down logically. When you go to do a freelancing job, okay, other than the prospecting, the convincing, the sales process, all that you're doing, to finally get the client and you work for the client, what is it usually? It's a one-off task, like, hey, fix this for me, do that for me. And then generally, if the client wants more work, then you happen to have a client for a longer period of time. In order for you to get the money, you have to consistently do work. So let's say they want their website fixed. You fix their website, you get a fee for that. You get payment for that. Then let's say they need a blog written. You get paid for that. It's not like you get paid in the future for it. You get, as a drip feed of income. No, you get paid once. So based on that, right, is that truly quicker money? I don't think so. In my opinion, because you got to think logically. And I'm speaking, by the way, from a point where I've had blogs and I also had a digital marketing agency. And I sold off the digital marketing agency because in terms of lifestyle profitability, a blog is so much more valuable. With a blog, let's say you can create a blog post that makes you money. There's no cap on how much that blog post can make you, especially if you're already somewhat ranking, right? Because if you're making a little bit of money, even though you didn't say how much money here, you said you are making money, I just don't know how much, right? If you're making some money, as you say, that means you're in the race. You're in the game. Like, you're on page 1 already. You might not be on page spot 1, rank 1, but you might be on spot 7, spot 6, spot 4, spot 5, right? So you're in the race, and all it takes is to truly understand that all it takes is, like I said, hitting rank 1 and really making a boatload of cash. And that's kind of what I say, boatload of cash. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt because it takes a lot of work to get there. And especially for the viewers who are listening, it takes a lot of work to get there. I've shown the videos about blogging. I've done the work. I've done the behind the scenes. I've done all that. And something that I can tell you is, if you're in it for the money, it's not going to work out. And I could tell here that you're looking for something where you need, obviously, some quick cash, some quick money. I wouldn't recommend you get into freelancing. And I'm just going to be honest because I'm speaking from my personal experience. Because at the end of the day, when you own a marketing agency, it doesn't get more freelancing than that, okay? You have to fight for clients. You have to find the clients. You have to do follow-up. There's so many aspects. Basically, what freelancing and having an agency does is they're essentially the same thing, right? The only difference is the agency is more... It's wrapped up a little bit more, but they're essentially the same thing, right? And you kind of have like a sellable asset. But I would tell you that over time, when you put in certain work to a business that has the potential for passive income, in your case, your business does have the potential for passive income, the results are going to be unwaveringly better. You create a blog, you create some products on Redbubble, you add some ads. That's making you money while you sleep. What I would say is, if you really need some sort of income right now, you could do the freelancing right now, but don't forget about your passive income businesses, especially if you've already started making an income from it, okay? And you got the idea. I mean, you're on the right track. It's just a matter of time now. And this is why I say it's not a matter of who can be successful, because everybody can be successful in terms of generating passive income, but it's who's willing to be successful, because who is willing to go through that period of time with little to no income, right? Once you get past that pain period, I'm telling you, the income is going to look drastically different. I've seen this. You really just don't notice it when you run a business, but the first 6 months you might make nothing. boom, the 7th month hits, right? You get your first sale, you get your first whatever. And that might not be much, but it's enough to keep you pushing forward. And then by the next month, after that, like the 8th month, you might have over $1,000 in sales. The next month after that might be over $5,000. Next month after that might be over $10,000. Businesses work this way. I couldn't explain to you why. It just happens. For SEO, in the case of SEO, it does take a little bit longer for your blogs to rank and get seen, and all that. But I mean, you really can't value the difference. I'm telling you guys, when I created the passive income businesses that I created, I still get checks till today from businesses that I created 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I still get paid till today, guys. And I haven't even put a single piece of work in for the past 4 or 5 years. Maybe even more than that, honestly. Like, there was one business that I worked on it for maybe a few months, like maybe a few months, not even, a full year, maybe like 6 months, 4 months, 5 months. I still get paid from it still till today. And it's a passive income business, just like what you're mentioning here, the niche site. I've said this before, but SEO for me is the biggest way that I make my money, whether it be through blogging, whether it be through, Redbubble SEO, all that kind of stuff. Now, for me, it is like websites. It's a niche sites and it's blogs and things like that where I do make money off affiliate products. I actually have a partnership with the top 2 treadmill companies of the world, one of them being Peloton, or Peloton is probably one of the most well-known, but not the highest in sales. But you kind of get my point here, is that I'm an affiliate for these companies. I'm a partner with these companies, ambassador of these companies on my blogs. I also create my own products. So, for example, on the supplement brands, right? And this is what I try to do, is I try to recreate a supplement brand in front of everybody here on YouTube, but honestly, the series just died off. I didn't have the energy to do it because I was already running my own supplement company behind the scenes. And the supplement company is, like I said, fully online. I didn't have to go to a warehouse. I didn't have to, because the products that are available today, you just pay a membership fee of I think $2,000 or something like that, or $1,500. You pay a membership fee to a supplement manufacturer, and the supplement manufacturer will allow you to slap your own labels on those products, and they'll do it all for you. They'll print it out, and they'll ship it to your customer. That's another example of a passive income business that I run, right? And when I say I run, I don't do it day to day anymore. I put in the work in the beginning, and now it gives me a drip feed of income. Now, with that all being said, ask yourself this. Always look into the future with what you want to do. 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Because your decisions do affect right now. The decisions you make do affect your future. 10 years from now, 5 years from now. The parents on the YouTube channel can attest to this. You sit down. You become a freelancer. You make that official decision. You put your passive income businesses to the side. You forget about them completely. What is your life going to look like in 5 years? Do you want it to look that way? That's the question. If you're okay with doing freelancing, you think it's a beautiful idea in 5 years from now, and you want to work for somebody else, all I'm going to say is have fun. Enjoy yourself. Now, me personally, I know myself, right? Peter Drucker says, know thyself. I know myself, and I say, I'm going to be a miserable person being a freelancer, okay? That's just me. Maybe you are a different breed and you enjoy freelancing for people. I don't. Running the marketing agency, I've spoken about this before. You guys can go back in my videos back in 2018 where I talked about, how I failed the agency. I tried in the beginning after I sold the clothing company. I failed. I took some time off. I went back at it with a different game plan. I started gaining some success, and I would actually do progress reports saying, hey, we got our first 50th client. We got our 100th client, our 1,000th client, right, and so on. But eventually I sold more than half of the agency over. But the point here is that look at yourself 5 years from now. I knew that I wasn't having fun doing the agency, and the agency is essentially the same thing as freelancing. I wasn't enjoying myself. And I know some people might argue that, it's not all about passion and all this, but passion plays a big part of it. Like, if you're not having fun, if you're not genuinely enjoying yourself, obviously you should struggle, you should go through some pain a little bit. But if you don't like what you're doing, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. So ask yourself, in 5 years, are you genuinely going to be passionate about freelancing? or agency building, whatever it is. If the answer is yes, then go ahead and do that. Go where your heart tells you to go, right? But then ask yourself this: if you want in 5 years to wake up with income that you've already generated without working because of the work you did in the past, then you might want to go with freelance, building a niche blog, a niche site, and you're already successful. You're already on your way. So what I'm trying to say here is think what the future you would want. And you know that answer. You know that answer deep in your heart. You know the lifestyle you want. You know everything you want. Don't let quick money now essentially throw you into a whirlpool of sadness and depression, because that's what the world does to today in this world. Like, I don't know if some of you guys might be in the country living, some of you guys in the city. The people in the city can attest to this. When you're in the city, and I can't speak for the people in the country because I don't know what it's like being in the country, but I can tell you for sure in the city life, everybody's trying to one-up each other. Everybody's trying to get the newest car. Everybody's trying to get the newest fashion, the newest, the fastest car, the nicest car, the most expensive car, the most expensive jewelry, the most expensive this, the most expensive that. Everybody's trying to do that, and that's normal. And when I say everybody, I don't mean literally everybody. I mean like a lot of people, right? Like the in-groups, the in-circles, your friends, your family. Oh, look at this new car I got. Look at this I got. Look at that I got. And it becomes a competition. What happens is what I tend to see is, at least, people are working just to live. But it should be the other way around. In order, you should live, they are living to work. And instead, it should be like I said, the other way around. It's like where you're working just enough, just to keep going in life. Now, you can make enough money and all that kind of stuff, but they're not really living, right? They're just living by working, and they take all that work money and they put it into something that they don't really care about. It's just made to impress other people. My point is with this whole rant is, you know what the future you wants. Don't get distracted by quick money now. And if the future you wants truly to do freelancing, then do that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like freelancing, getting a normal job, like a 9-to-5, working part-time, or starting your own blog, even though it makes no money or makes some money, whatever. One is not more noble than the other. They're all valuable in their own way. Like, for example, if there were no people who work 9-to-5s, we'd be screwed, guys. We'd be screwed. There'd be no people at the drive-thrus. There would be no engineers. There would be no doctors. Everybody would have their own we'd be screwed. We need employees the same way we need entrepreneurs, the same way we need freelancers, the same way we need all this kind of stuff. So go with what your heart tells you and what the future you would want. Make the hard decision. Don't chase after something that's easy just for the now. I know this video doesn't necessarily relate to Redbubble, but guys, we can apply this concept to Redbubble as well. If you're on Redbubble, if you're on print on demand even, forget even Redbubble. Let's talk about the bigger picture here, print on demand. If you're struggling right now, even though your heart's in it, you're struggling, you're thinking about quitting, you're thinking about maybe not moving forward in this niche, in this category, because it's getting a little difficult. You might not be seeing results. Understand that everything is difficult. Everything takes an immense amount of energy. Everything. Right? There's no easy way out to anything, because if there was, everybody would be doing it. There is no easy way. There is no easy method. Right? So stick to something that you want to see your future self enjoying the fruits of. All right? I'll talk to you later. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody who's out there listening, man, if you're out there and you're considering quitting, ask yourself, what do I want my future self to look like? That's honestly the biggest motivator, the biggest question to me. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.